What went wrong with the response to the nuclear accident? Proper crisis management requires everyone to focus on their responsibilities to minimize the damage. Ideally, TEPCO should have concentrated all its resources on bringing the situation under control and the government on ensuring the safety of local residents. A plan for crisis management didn't exist at all. As a result, the Prime Minister, his administration, and TEPCO responded to events haphazardly, and the evacuation of nearby residents took place amid great confusion. On the night of March 11th, the Prime Minister and his administration held an emergency meeting with representatives of TEPCO and nuclear regulators. But neither the chairman nor the president of TEPCO were there to explain the situation. Shortly after midnight, the Prime Minister ordered TEPCO to vent the reactors. When the company failed to respond, he became impatient. The chairman of the Nuclear Safety Commission assured him that an explosion wouldn't occur. But the Prime Minister was not convinced, so he visited the plant to see for himself. When he arrived on site, he ordered the staff to make sure venting would be conducted. After tremendous efforts, workers started venting the reactors, but it was too late. A hydrogen explosion ripped through the building of reactor number 1. The Prime Minister lost confidence in TEPCO and his own staff. On March 13th, TEPCO workers tried everything they could to prevent another hydrogen explosion, but the next day, a blast tore through the building of reactor number 3. The explosion damaged the reactor's cooling systems, and the reactor core was heating up fast. Without water in the system, the nuclear fuel in reactor number 2 also became exposed. The situation was so dangerous, TEPCO officials said they were considering pulling out to a safer location while trying to control the reactors. The Prime Minister thought TEPCO was planning a complete withdrawal from the plant. On March 15th, the Prime Minister marched into TEPCO's headquarters. In a fiery speech, he declared that a full withdrawal was unacceptable. But his intervention only served to confuse the officials at the plant. Meanwhile, evacuation zones and communication channels were only roughly defined. They didn't account for the protection of nearby residents. Procedures to treat contaminated water were ignored. Those who had to contend with the unfolding crisis should be praised for their efforts. But TEPCO, the government, and regulators failed to define contingency plans and their roles in an emergency, and that is a source of deep regret.